history. The revolution changed the course of Japan's history by altering the political and social aspects of Japan as well as its relationship with outside countries. The leaders were motivated by domestic problems and fears of foreign encroachment. This led them to strive to create a country that could hold its own with the dominant powers to the west. During the Restoration, the people formed a strong and powerful central government, adopted Western methods in business and economics, pushed for industrialization, made social reforms, and built nations. The revolutionary changes carried out by Restoration leaders acting in the name of the emperor faced increasing opposition in the mid-1870s. The newly found army repressed these opposing views. The Meiji Restoration and the events to follow would have effects reaching far outside Japan's borders. As Japan exerted its independence and headed toward Western imperial equivalency, Japan acted as a role model for other Asian countries to emulate that it was possible for an Asian country to break the bonds of Western powers. By the early 20th century, the goals of the Meiji Restoration had been largely accomplished. Japan was well on its way to become a modern industrial nation.
Compare and contrast American and Japanese imperialism in the 18th and 19th centuries. The Japanese period of imperialism started after the Meiji Restoration, while American imperialism was popularized during the presidency of James K. Polk when they entered the Mexican-American War in 1846, and the eventual annexation of territories like California and the Gadsden Purchase. American imperialism is a term referring to the economic, military, and cultural influence of the United States on other countries. Japan's imperialism included the introduction of Western values on civilization and Enlightenment, industrialization, abolition of feudalism, and establishment of a centralized constitutional government. Western expansion led Japan to expand. Japan felt it had to keep up with the Western world. It was the first non-Western imperial power. Both Japan and America were fueled with social Darwinism and racism. Japan's army went through rapid militarization. They became a major military in the world and were known to be extremely aggressive. They quickly became feared. America's success in their imperialistic era made them one of the top countries in the world. Japan expanded into Korea, China, Hokkaido, and Russia. On the other hand, America obtained territories like Guam, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Northern Mariana Islands, American Samoa, and Puerto Rico.
During the 18th and 19th century, there were two major empires present in the Eastern Hemisphere. It was the Ottoman Empire and the Russian Empire. The Ottoman Empire was once a prosperous and thriving superpower during the Golden Age. They were at their prime with advancements in trade, commerce, and exploration. Russia, on the other hand, was an underdog of all empires. It had undergone a large period throughout their history, stuck in isolation, and remained in debt. The Ottoman Empire was run by sultans, who were Muslim successors to the throne, chosen by the people, compared to Russian czars who were chosen by family lineage, and each following successor were elected by the next heir in the family. While both empires had different types of government rulers, they both struggled with unifying their empires in order to create and hold a sustainable economic environment. Due to advancements in exploration and transportation, the Ottoman Empire was put at fault because Europeans had found a new way of quicker trade, but not by land. This created a dependence on European imports, and this contributed to the decline of the economy. Unlike Russia, who had access to trade networks through the Baltic Sea, both empires tried to incorporate Enlightenment principles and Western ideals into their societies, like education, military style, and allowing citizens to become self-sufficient entrepreneurs. Without the ability to encourage free thinking, citizens were limited to create innovative ideas to help boost their nation's economy and mass-produce products for trade. The prime reason both empires entered an extreme decline was because they were late in industrializing their lands.